Hey everybody, it's Denise from All About the Oscars, and today is May 5th, which means that yesterday was May the 4th be with you, so I'm a day late in getting this posted. But if you happen to catch some of my earlier videos, you know that I shot them in November and didn't post them until May, so I'm getting better. Now I'm only a day late. Anyway, I did not plan on posting about Star Wars, even though it was certainly a impactful movie for me as I was growing up. It was out in 1977, so I would have been 6 years old that summer, and I was lucky enough to see it in the movie theater not once, but twice. So my uncle and cousins took us the first time, and then when we had a weekend with my dad, because our parents had recently been divorced, my dad took us to the movies, and I clearly remember sitting in the movie theater, and when all of the white words at the beginning are scrolling through the screen, I remember my dad reading the words out loud to my brother, who at the time only would have been, I guess, three and a half years old. So that was a big memory for me as a kid. And later that fall, I remember my dad bought us the coolest lightsabers. Mine was red and my brother's was blue. And he gave them to us one weekend, and we spent the entire weekend, not even a couple minutes, not a couple hours, the entire weekend in my dad's empty walk-in closet playing Star Wars with those lightsabers. And man, that was a good memory from childhood. So anyway, yesterday, my daughter said, hey, might be a good idea if you post a video about Star Wars since it's May the 4th be with you. And she asked me if Star Wars had won any Oscars. And I was like, yeah, I know that they did. And I bet you that they were on the technical side. I certainly don't think that they would have been nominated for Best Picture, but let me go look. And as luck would not have it, we were without internet for actually the whole entire night before, and yesterday didn't have internet or electricity until probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I had to go old school. I couldn't even get on and look on any of my notes or lists online. Couldn't go Google anything. I had to look in my book to find out the answers to these questions. So as it turns out, I was very, very surprised. In 1977, Star Wars was nominated for Best Picture. And the other movies in the category that year were Annie Hall, which happened to be the winner, The Goodbye Girl, Julia, and The Turning Point. And this was back at a time when there were only 5 pictures instead of, now I think there's 8. So Star Wars lost. And I was right. They did win a couple of categories more on the technical side. They walked away with 6 statues that night. They won an Oscar for art direction, costume design, sound, film editing, visual effects, and original score. And the reason I was surprised that Star Wars was nominated for Best Picture, because historically, the Academy has not been super supportive of sci-fi or fantasy movies in general. It's just not a genre they take seriously. Now, that has changed a little bit over the last couple of years, but historically, that's always the case. So there you have it. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but in 1978, which would have been probably January or February when they had the Oscar ceremony from the year before, Mark Hamill came out with R2-D2 and C-3PO, and they both were on stage and gave away, they weren't Oscar Academy wins in set categories, but they were special achievement awards. And I remember Encounters of the Third Kind won one of those special achievements, and then Star Wars won a special achievement for sound, and it was essentially presented to them because of the work that they did with the robotic voices and the voices of the creatures and aliens. So like Chewbacca, as an example. And that certification or achievement, I should say, that achievement later turned into the category sound editing. So at that time, sound editing was not an official category. So those are some of the things I wanted to share with you about Star Wars back from 1977. Now, I also saw the 2 films after, so what that would have been Return of the Jedi and something, what? Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name. Anyway, if I haven't mentioned it in an earlier video, I have a memory problem. Why can't I remember anything? What? Return of the... Oh heck, I know I'm going to make some Star Wars people really mad about this. Return of the Jedi, and what the heck is that other movie? And I think Return of the Jedi is the 3rd one. I can't remember. Anyway, I did see those as a kid. The later movies that have been out recently, I have not seen. So maybe I'll do that one of these days. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan in general, obviously, because I can't remember the name of the Empire Strikes Back. It was Empire Strikes Back. Can't remember the name of that film and didn't see the later film episodes. But it was a really important film for me as a kid. So anyway, there's a little history on Star Wars, and may the 4th be with you on May 5th. Take care. I hope everybody has a good day. Hey guys, I almost forgot. Alec Guinness, who played Obi One Kenobi, won a Best Supporting Actor in Star Wars, and he was already an Oscar winner because he won for Best Actor in 1957 for Bridge on the River Kwai. So I just want to give him a shout out, and that's it. Bye.